Everyone, welcome to Zealots. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
And I'm Robbie.
And I am Tip.
We're back after, I think, a week hiatus because
The
I was
boys
out
are
of
back in
country.
town. The boys are back in town. Foreshadowing.
And the boys
Speaking
are
of
back
which,
in
we're
town.
going to talk about The Boys episodes 1 through 3 of the new season.
We're not the only boys back.
And we're also going to talk about Stranger Things, the first, whatever Robbie's seen.
4 episodes.
First
4 episodes.
Yeah.
We're going to briefly talk about it. We're going to go ahead and throw out a spoiler warning now. We don't plan on spoiling it for Robbie. But we've been friends for like 2 decades now, or over 20 years. So, like, I'm sure there's a couple times where we can think of instances where we haven't been great friends.
Well,
Right.
and I guess, like, how many times have I accidentally spoiled something? for
All
somebody, too?
the time.
So
You're
I guess
like-
in a way it's
you're
kind of
like,
payback if something's.
Yep.
Like,
What is,
Well, let's
who's
talk about
Spider-Man?
Tim Holland.
Tim Holland. That's
Tom
it.
Holland.
Now-
Spoiler.
Yeah, you're like Tom Holland.
Hopper is
With the
Vecna.
spoilers.
oh yeah.
Well, we all saw The Boys, right? Tip, are you all caught up on The Boys? Seen all 3 episodes?
Yes, I have.
Okay, sweet.
seen
So
all
I think
3
it's
episodes.
probably the first time in a long time everyone's seen everything.
Let's talk about it. And boy, is there a lot to talk about.
Yeah, let's.
I
just
love how
dive
they're
in.
doing
Let's just
1-hour
dive into this
episodes.
episode, like Termite dove into that guy's
That
area.
that was one hell of an introduction. I
Yeah.
gotta say, I am very interested to see what they do with Herogasm. Now that, like, I mean, we knew, like, so season 1 was a little constrained, or restrained, I should say. No, probably constrained. And,
They're not holding back.
right, but like after the success of season 1, they got away, they got greenlit to do more crazy stuff. Season 2 was wildly successful, so it looks like they can just
Hence
do
whale
whatever the
scene.
hell they want to now, including have a little teeny tiny superhero fuck a Barbie doll and crawl
Yeah,
up
when
the
I first
guy's
saw it-
urethra and then explode because he sneezed from cocaine. What a
Yeah.
introduction.
When I first
What an
when I
intro.
first saw it, like where it was going, I was like, oh my god, he's about to go into that dude's ass.
Yeah, dude,
Oh,
I was
it
thinking,
it was not an ass.
yeah,
And
dude,
it's
it
a
zooms
really
out
skinny
and
butt,
like you
and,
see
like,
it's in the wrong way and you're like, wait a second, what's happened? And then you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm like,
And
that's
then-
a weird looking butthole. Oh, wait a minute. Oh god.
See a urinary
Yeah, I had to make sure that my
I
kids
saw
weren't in the room for that scene.
Oh, don't
That's
let
for
the kid,
sure.
don't let
Don't
the
let-
kids watch. Definitely 18 and older for the boys.
I'm not
I'd
sure
say.
I'm old enough to watch this season.
Oh,
I-
some parts that they're pretty cringy to watch.
Let's go ahead and let's do broad sweeping overviews first. Off, I loved every second of everything. What was the most gruesome part of the first 3 episodes? Ever? What part made you the most squirmish?
I would say that I'm slowly being desensitized watching it though.
that was me like reading the comic because the comic there's so much shock value in the comic. Like after I read Herogasm, I was like, this is nothing now. This is just like
Right. Very tamed. I feel the same way, and that's how I felt until I had to watch the Eat Timothy, the squid.
Oh, that was rough.
That made me literally
Like, you
squirm in my seat. I was like, oh, like I was like cringing watching that. It was
Especially 'cause
so
only-
hard.
Only the deep.
He has a
hero.
family.
These other friends.
He's my friend.
yeah.
He's praying.
God, he's praying.
praying.
His
No,
wife
dude,
is
for-
So good.
sort of a bitch, isn't
Dude,
she?
the deep always has the worst things happen to him. Like when
Oh,
he
dude, they're
when he
But he
killed
does
that
kind of deserve
dolphin
it though.
or he
doesn't
killed that whale. He's an awful person, and so is his wife.
can tell
they are
he's-
2 terrible people. But they don't procreate.
You can tell he wants to kind of break
He's
apart from
to be a
that,
better
but he keeps
person.
coming back. But
When
he
you do
keeps
something
coming
that
back
terrible,
to.
it's kind of hard to,
Well, when you go
you
back to
never-
Homelander.
I mean,
And
yeah,
Homelander
Homelander
oh,
isn't
isn't like has been outed as a horrible person.
goodness. Homelander this season.
Homelander, man. He is.
Off
really
the
losing it.
hinges. He is losing. He's it is like luggage through a Spirit Airlines trip. It is gone. He has lost
Well,
it.
once he found out that people were okay with it, he's just like, all right.
Okay with it. His numbers went up.
They
I
love me.
loved the scene of like the stepdad, like that white male in his like his 40s or 50s or whatever, like lean in and get like super excited about like what Homelander was saying. I was like, yeah, that's Trump supporters right there. I know
Well,
what
it's
he's
like-
trying to say here.
It's
like
like,
white
he
men
literally
being
wore
hurt.
a Homelander costume for his stepdaughter's birthday, as creepy
Yeah.
as that was.
I
And
mean,
it's like his Mother Milk's ex-wife like chose the absolute worst person to remarry.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you know, there's like, I know there's the stereotype in media where like the new husband's like a jerk, and they just like went full into it. Like he's not just a jerk, he's just like a gigantic loser, you know, and like a Homelander fan. They just like went full on, like, because sometimes they make
Well, I don't
the
think he's
new-
doing it on purpose or really.
that's what we
knows.
call. Now, I mean, there's the case that like he is just doing it for his daughter. Like that is a possibility.
Yeah.
Or his stepdaughter.
'Cause it's-
But like
Seems like his
I
daughter.
do think there's a little bit of like overcorrecting. Like you go from an abusive or not abusive, like, you know, emotionally or psychologically, you know, frustrating marriage, and you get divorced, and most of it comes from this guy's job where he hunts superheroes. So like I can see you over to someone who loves superheroes. That seems very human to do.
I'm surprised like that guy's married to
I see
anyone.
what you're saying.
Yes, I'm surprised that
Much
guy's
less his-
married
much less
to
his
anyone.
ex-wife.
But he is great with the kids. Let's say that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he?
see.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm not a dad yet. Tip, would you dress up? Would you wear that ridiculous costume? Would you go ahead to costume for your kid?
Wouldn't
For
you
a
want
birthday
your
party?
child to respect you though?
Well, if your kid's if your kid's
Like, how
into
could you ever be
it,
an authority figure?
if your
you
kid's
know,
into
wearing
that though,
costume?
Well, I mean, like at 8, I think
And
8
plus,
is
like-
totally fine. I think 12's too old. I think no, 12 might be the last year. 13, I don't know. Kids are getting older and older, younger and younger these days. You know, so actually, I have no idea. But I think like
They're getting older and younger.
Pot, smoking
Same
pot.
time.
and your
I
dad's
don't know.
dressed
I
as
don't.
a
I
vampire.
don't know. There's
So, how did the first episode end? Was it like Huey found out that his boss, the head exploder, was the head exploder?
Nadia.
That for me was the most traumatizing scene. Was the guy
Oh
gurgling?
yeah, the guy's like was still alive and his mouth was blown.
oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because
gosh,
she did
that
like
was
multiple
bad, yeah.
head explosions on him.
Well,
like,
and
I
that's
was
when
like,
that's
yeah.
when they figure out that she needs eye contact. Like first his fingers blew, and it seemed like he knew that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's why he was like trying to
That's
make
the
sure
right-
she'd look at
So I think
it.
they're gonna blind her. I think at some point in the series or something.
Oh, I mean, that's a really good idea. That's pretty easy. Actually, yeah, that's very easy. That's a
Like,
very
either
easy
blindfold her or
superpower to
just, like,
take
rip
out.
her eyes out. I think Kamiko might rip her eyes out.
I mean, the Three Stooges could do that.
Yeah. Once you learn their weakness.
we like, Butcher's like, I've called in a special team.
It's the Three Stooges.
Man, that's
He's
one-
So great.
That's one hell of a-
Someone supercut that and put it on YouTube. I would love that so much.
Called in some specialists.
You know,
One hell of a
Lions guy,
assassination
Lions
power.
girl.
you know, one way to
nice fork.
Another way to kill a superhero is to choke on your own tongue, which is exactly what not
That was episode 2,
Girl
right?
did. Yep, episode 2.
Yeah. Well, I like that he still was like in a relationship with her, even though like she was horribly burned. So I guess like looks didn't matter to him. It was just, you know.
Hey, yeah, I mean, yeah, as long as she can still give him a handy from the burn ward at Vought Tower.
Yeah. That was another.
But
Yeah, dude.
as
That
soon as
was
she
some of the
forgets
stuff.
his birthday or doesn't acknowledge his birthday, man, that
Yes.
guy's got ego. What a scene though! Like when he's talking to that
That's
woman and he convinces her not to kill herself.
yeah.
And then herself, and then he's like, "Nah, fuck it, go jump the roof, do it."
Yeah.
then he
It's like
makes her-
they have to like keep thinking of
Ooh,
they have to keep thinking of new horrible things for Homelander to do each episode. And they
right?
just keep like topping themselves. Like this last episode was like he had DP Timothy, and he's like body shaming A-Train.
Oh,
Oh man, he's
fake dating
it's-
Starlight now. I mean, not to spoil the end of it, we're gonna get there, but like, oh my gosh, he's
oh dude, when it
he's
started
awesome.
out with pulling out the cooked lobster and then
Yes.
breaking it in half.
I
in
was like,
front
what
of
a
him.
dick. I was like, he's
Oh my god, he's doing
this
it so
this
on
season
purpose.
is written so well. I even
So Starlight, I guess, is dating Homelander. Well, I mean, I guess he's just decided Starlight's his girlfriend now. I wonder how that's gonna work.
Oh man, but then she goes
Gross.
up and kisses him. I didn't see that coming.
I mean, she's
She's playing the part. She's playing the part.
Because she is super pissed off that her boyfriend. I'm just blanking on his name for some reason. You know,
Huey.
Huey, thank you. Huey is like asking her to stay, even though like her life being next to this crazy psychopath Homelander. He's like, nah, babe, it's cool. Like, just play your part. Like, I'm sorry, but like, dude, he's so bad with. I love it,
dude. But
like,
in a way, it might.
Like
in a way, it might be giving her more power, because like, if she plays the part well enough, Homelander just dies.
He's gonna believe.
Man,
he's an ego.
Yeah,
maniac. He's gonna believe.
Wants
it. Why wouldn't?
Yeah, he
Starlight
wants attention
love him?
so bad.
Well, we got to talk about
Can we talk?
Oh yeah,
Light or naked Homelander for a second? I thought he'd be more cut. That's my.
it's like the first time
observation.
we've seen him out of costume.
No,
Oh yeah, you don't see him out of costume much.
Like,
No.
He's never wearing civilian clothes, and like the first time I think we've seen him. I mean, the only time we haven't seen him in costume
boy,
was
did we
like
see
when
him.
the chameleon guy or the shapeshifter like was him
Oh,
like,
yeah.
in the dress.
Just turns into him.
Yeah, in the dress. So the only other
Starts
time he hasn't been
flirting
in
with
costume. So let's get hot in that.
Yeah, even when he was jerking off on top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
on
you
top
know
of that,
the actual
whatever it was.
actor who plays Homelander got arrested in Spain and was exhibiting
Yeah.
very Homelander-esque behavior. Like, you made the mistake of your life.
Playing the part well.
And he almost like blinded one of the bartenders, but I think like he's like
Ooh.
broke a bottle in his face. So it's like, wow, that's
It's
method
called
acting.
method acting. Jared
Yeah.
Leto does it literally every single day. No, I'm not
Yeah,
defending
so-
that kind of action. We're making that
Yeah.
cool shit. I don't know. I haven't heard about that. Not the tangent
you
off
didn't?
of
Uh,
hear about that, but did you? I mean, like
Mm.
Ezra Miller still is the Flash, and he's like losing his damn mind. Like
He's
over
basically, yeah, he is the
attacking
real life
people,
Homelander
like, on
besides
a
the
weekly
other
basis.
We got to talk about Butcher getting powers because that's like a major plot point.
oh
In the
yeah.
comics that was introduced early.
Only
and now they're just
4 hours though. Like I get it, I like it. It's different from the comics, right? One and done, right?
No, the comics they got it's like I think it's like a 24-hour too.
Is it temporary as well?
temporary,
Okay,
yeah.
it's been a hot minute.
But they pretty much had to like to fight the other suits. But like I'm glad they waited till now because I think now, well, I guess Butcher's going to be like the guinea pig, and then eventually Huey and the rest of them are going to take it.
You think so? I think Butcher's just gonna not tell anyone else about it, and
They're gonna
keep
well, they're
on
gonna find out
himself.
this season.
Oh,
He
he's
just threw
definitely
up on-
gonna
he
find
just threw
out.
up on Huey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right with the Greek. What
Yeah.
the?
Yo, it's kind of like he's like they're like having a heart to heart and like
Yeah,
Throws
he's
up on
having a heart to heart, and then fucking looks over at him, and he's looking for some kind of emotional support, and then Butcher just throws up all over him.
Well, Tip, did you
Oh,
recognize who the actor playing Gunpowder?
Hmm.
Do you know who that was?
Gunpowder. He got his head split in half.
Yeah.
No, who was that?
It was the guy from Boondock Saints, one of the brothers.
What?
Yeah, the one who wasn't a Daryl from Walking Dead, the other brother.
Ah, the non-Daryl from Walking Dead.
I didn't recognize it because the helmet, at first, and he had like a really thick Southern accent, but like he had the Magneto helmet on. When we took it off, it's like, that's Connor,
guy.
I think, Connor McManus. So
Oh,
he also
yeah,
seen Boondock
that-
Saints, right?
a great
I'm sure I
movie.
know you've seen it.
I love it. It's one of my,
Boondock
favorites.
Saints is like probably one of the biggest sleeper hit movies of all time. Well,
You
I
could
think,
you
like,
you could say his cameo lasted for a split second.
I'll tell you this much: I love that movie so much. I haven't seen the sequel.
oh, don't! It's awful.
Yeah, I was no way I'm letting the sequel like ruin this movie for me.
Yeah, it's funny because that reason the movie got quickly sent to VHS instead of like in the movie theater was because of the Columbine shooting. They didn't want to release the movie because it was so similar to the Columbine shooting, or not similar, but it had gun violence or something like that. And like now he's playing a character who's all about gun violence.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, that was good. I liked, the whole making gunpowder like a pro gun God. What was that? The same episode with the Crimson Countess where they go to the Votland, and they there's the woke walk and the LGBT turkey legs
Oh yeah,
Those
and the
episode
BLN
so
BLTs.
Those were all fantastic, by the way. That's
That's
very
perfect
vibe.
because this came
I
out.
thought that was pretty funny.
This came out in June, and June is Pride Month, so all the companies have the rainbow and trying to get the gay business. So,
And Vought goes all out on that.
yeah, they were.
What
It's
was your
very
favorite?
well timed commentary.
LGBT turkey burgers,
Turkey
LGBT
legs.
turkey burgers, or LGBT
Turkey
turkey
legs.
legs.
Yeah. So I guess
the woke walk. That's funny.
Yeah. So I guess Crimson Countess is the Scarlet Witch of the boys' universe. She's just as crazy. Apparently, she sings about chimps.
She is mad about chimps.
Yeah. So, they go to.
It's funny. Yeah,
Carrie
she
about
blew
Silver.
apart that guy in the.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
You didn't know.
Oh, I was like,
Wouldn't
Yeah,
it
the
be
innocent
Homelander
bystander?
costume.
Would it be easier just to dress someone as Homelander rather than put him like a paper mache suit?
Yeah.
We do with Gaston and
I think the
Disney
whole point was
World?
you are supposed to see it coming. It's just collateral damage. No one was supposed to die. But
Yeah.
then there was a mascot behind.
Yeah, so I guess we should talk about Soldier Boy too. He's the Captain America of this universe, and
I figure.
Yeah, so
I
Captain
feel like we should talk about Soldier Boy since that's the only thing anyone's doing.
that's true. This entire
trying to
season.
figure out what happened to us.
Is he dead?
Is
Yeah, there was no
Yeah.
body.
no body, no death. We know the rules, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So,
Oh man.
We're about to pull a Stranger Things and go rescue
Yeah.
Soldier Boy from Russia.
yeah, they gotta go from the Demogorgon. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be a great crossover.
Ooh, what
But
a
yeah,
segue.
Someone on YouTube make it happen.
Yeah, it's interesting. Little Nina in the comic is an actual little person, but in this show she's just a normal person. So why she called Little Nina at all? I don't know.
Yeah.
They at least could cast a 5-foot actress at least,
Yeah.
or at least had her surrounded by really tall Russians just to indicate that she's short or whatever.
Little.
I think they
Reverse
just didn't want to. Yeah,
Do
just
a
didn't want a
reverse
kid
Tom
doing.
Cruise.
Didn't want a kid doing some of that stuff.
Well, she's not a kid in the comic. She's a little person. So I'm surprised
yeah.
they didn't hire a little person actress.
You can find a 30-year-old who's also 5 feet tall.
Yeah, but in the comic she's a Russian crime boss who I think smuggles Compound V.
Or she's in charge of their knockoff Compound V.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I doubt
think I
Vought likes to
read
get
that far.
smuggled.
But who's the superhero in Russia? Love Sausage.
There's 5 of them. Love Sausage is part of that superhero team. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So hopefully he's gonna.
I saw an interview about that. Apparently, Love Sausage will come back at some point
Will he
Oh,
return?
that's right. Yeah.
because they thought it
we've
was
already
so,
seen it.
because they thought it was so funny. They want to bring it back again.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll be in the next episode because they're going to Russia to find Soldier Boy.
I mean, there's no way he's not in the next episode. You can't go to Russia and not see Love Sausage.
Yeah,
It would be just almost
and
borderline
get
straight.
Mother's Milk. Something happens to him again because they all on the interview they were just all cracking up behind the scenes when they saw that on the script.
Yeah. I don't think he knew it was. He thought it was a leg. I think, or no, in the show, in the episode, is that a leg?
Well, they said draft 1 was just his reaction on the camera. And then they
Yeah.
said by draft 11, he was being strangled by it.
Yeah.
That's so
Um,
funny.
Yeah, the interviews I saw on YouTube were so funny.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the A Train embracing his African roots? That seems very
I love what they're doing. All the storylines are
Yeah,
just
they're
on
mixed.
point this season.
Yeah, they're-
A Train's
they're-
being ridiculous, and he's supposed bad writing. It's just being a bad person,
And a
his
bunch of
little
it's
brother's calling him
relatable.
out on it.
Yeah, and Maeve
like
hasn't
things
done much
going
this
on.
season though. She's
Maeve has been non-existent.
She was in the first episode. She gave Butcher the Compound V, and then she's just been in the background, just being glaring at Homelander, or just being worried about Homelander.
When's the last time the superheroes did something? When's the last time we saw Homelander actually save?
Oh, I don't know. Have we seen Black Noir yet? We got to talk about
Major,
Black
that's not
Noir,
what they do.
Flashback.
So that is crazy. I don't know if we should talk about the different. comic book in case they still want to say
I already
that
told Rob.
later? Or you already told Rob?
I mean,
what
they can
about-
still do the twist.
Oh,
because
But
big-
how?
the
Black
Noir twist.
Black
yeah,
Noir
the Black
does
Noir
not-
twist in comics.
Black
is
Noir
different.
twist could not happen the same way.
I
that it did
mean,
in
he's
comic
masked, so
book.
maybe he could still be like a Homelander clone.
Oh, so maybe he's not the same Black Noir that we saw.
Well, that wouldn't be a clone at all. That would just be like another person.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if we're
going
just gonna
through
go
the
ahead and
same
say it,
thing.
then I can be a little more front with my question. Is like it can't be a clone of Homelander because the guy's black. He's a completely different actor.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
well, I mean,
right.
he might be. I mean, the whole point of Black Noir, the reason he was created by Vought was because they needed a insurance policy against Homelander if he ever went crazy.
Yeah.
But ironically, when you're like around someone for like a number of years and your whole purpose is to kill them and you can't kill them, Black Noir was when he went crazy first.
oh. So
Yeah, 'cause he
what
he
about
didn't
this
have- yeah,
weapon
he
though?
He lost his purpose in life. Yeah,
Apparently-
it's a great story. It's very well written in the comics.
Apparently, he has really good healing abilities, but he was hit by whatever weapon they have, and
Yes.
he couldn't heal his face.
So I guess we'll find out hopefully by the end of this season if Black Noir we saw in the 80s is the same one from in the current day. But
Yeah,
I'm hoping he's still a Homelander clone because that was like probably the best twist.
I don't
Going
see
back-
that.
going
At the
back
very
and-
least, it could be a just like he went through the same stuff as Homelander somehow. I don't know.
Well, he seems a lot more well adjusted, you know, and his mask off. But
I mean, like as long as he can kill Homeland, like that's the only contingency plan that Bot needed. So like they could just like found a stronger version of Compound B and put it in a different person. You don't have to go through like the whole faking of the sex photos and the sex tape and stuff, and killing all those people and framing Homelander. That
Do their own
comics.
twists.
Yeah, they can do so. You still have a big twist and not be this. And it's not a twist for all the comic book readers.
Yeah,
And like
because
if
if you
you
already
love
know
The
what's going to
Boys,
happen, is
you
it
probably spoiled it for yourself over the pandemic. That lockdown was long, content was sparse at the end there.
all we had was WandaVision back then. So yeah, I'm trying to think else what happened. He pissed off Ryan, so Ryan's gonna go crazy now and kill everyone.
Oh, just to highlight one other thing about Soldier Boy, and just highlighting the right, like he has a conversation with a very young bot CEO, whatever his name is, Gil, about wanting to take the mask off because he's got such a pretty face. He wants to show his face, and then the explosion, his face is damaged, and he never takes the mask off again. Like, it's small stuff like that. Like, they didn't need to have that writing. They need to have conversation. Like, you didn't need like this little extra character development where this pretty boy wants to have his face shown, because then his dreams, all that gets taken away in this battle. Which, by the way, we haven't even talked about the battle. How dumb and terrible are the superheroes?
Yeah, they're just very, like she said, they're inexperienced and they're just.
Yeah, but they're just not just inexperienced, they're stupid and they don't listen. Like the Bugman should, someone should clip his wings. I mean, he did get his wings clipped. He got blown up out of the sky. That was
pretty funny.
That was great with the RPG.
And then Gunpowder just mowing over everybody, even if
just indiscriminate murder.
Yeah, I guess he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, they were just wild.
He just liked guns, I guess. Apparently, I thought he had like some sort of compound being in him, but apparently he was just a guy who had a gun. So
is he like super accurate or whatever? Is he like
Oh yeah, that's right. He bounced the bullet off
how about
the
that?
pillars.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, so he's sort of like
and just goes right
John
by
Wick.
his cheek, Butcher's cheek.
Yeah, when Butcher gets shot 3 times and drops dead, I was like, all right, this obviously. I was like, but what happened?
Yeah, they just never showed you that he actually took it yet.
Yeah, but like at first it's like bam, 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 and he just drops.
So
I'm like, Butcher, get up! I'm like, this. I had like no emotional reaction. Like my heart, like no. I was like, what? Get up, get up. We know you're not.
We know
dead.
you. There's no way you're not dead yet.
Get the fuck up and
small complaint. That should have been the last scene of that episode. That was way more interesting, like than Homelander's speech at the end of the episode.
Goodness. That is good editing. If he gets shot, bam, 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 credits. Or gets shot, bam, 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 he drops to the floor. And
it's just like showing him get powers. Like that would have been a better way to end the episode.
Well, I mean, they released the 3 episodes all at once, so it's not like you'd have huge backlash for a week because everyone's got to wait a week because Butcher and Butcher's not really dead.
Yeah, they shouldn't have like 2 episodes back to back where it's like Homelander on TV doing something, scandalous or whatever. Not scandalous, but
Homelander being Homelander.
basically.
Yeah.
So I think we covered everything. What's Kamiko's arc? She just likes roller coasters. I think that's her arc this season.
Oh,
Like
well,
roller
she wants
coasters.
to.
It wasn't about the roller
wants to
coasters.
sing,
It was about
too.
spending time. It was about having a childhood.
Do you think she and the Frenchman are going to be a couple or like get together this season, or do you think they're just
I
platonic?
thought they're already shipped. Oh, and she was yelling at the Frenchman, at Frenchie, for because she was saying that it's not about the roller coasters. That's why I was saying that.
Okay. Well, I guess his arc this season is like he has to get drugs for little Nina to help his other girlfriend, or something like that. And then I guess we're just talking about Huey's arc, Huey and Starlight. I think they're probably going to break up this season. Obviously, and it's just going to
Always with these two. Always back and forth,
So
off and on.
Do you think Supersonic's a good guy, or do you think he's going to like use Annie or try?
I don't know, and I love it. He seems genuinely nice. He seems like a genuinely nice guy, but I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Of course he's trying to sleep with Starlight. What? Of course. I'm trying to sleep with Starlight, and she's not even like a
They
real
already
person.
done it before.
I'm wondering if like he's already a piece of shit, or if he's going to become a piece of shit once he becomes part of the Seven.
Well, he
Well, everybody
had
piece
a
of shit
heroin
that's happened.
addiction or an oxy addiction,
Oh yeah.
and everyone left him. Like he was like a piece of already in this past. And so the question is, do people change, or is he just going to revert his old ways now that he's joining the
Oh
Seven?
yeah, he's probably gonna get back on drugs. Or something. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna OD. He's definitely. not
Jeez,
drugs.
Forrest.
Yeah, he can't.
Condemn it, man.
It's going to end up like Starlight end up killing him or whatever. Like it has
What's
to
his
kill him.
power? Is he got super speed like A-Train, or what's he do?
I
I think they mentioned that.
don't know. He plays the drums.
All they've really shown is his boy
Drummer.
band stuff. the
Yeah,
most.
He was drummer boy. All right. Well,
Is
that's
that jawline a secret power?
apparently yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
He's got to get ready for his nude scene, later on. So
Interesting. Lots of penises, no boobs yet.
well, some CGI ones. Although
Oh yeah, you're right.
yeah,
I
'cause
think
even,
they're
like,
just saving
when
it
Pete was
all
with
up
his
for.
wife-
I think they're saving it all up for Hero Gap. I don't know what saving it up means, but that's what I think they're doing. I think they're saving it up for Hero Guys.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. I think this has been a great 3 episodes. Looking forward to the rest of the season. I think this show and Stranger Things have both been fantastic. So I still haven't seen Obi-Wan Kenobi, but apparently we can't really talk about it, I guess. But
I mean,
it's
look,
probably the weakest of the 3
I liked
shows. Is
it.
that fair?
here's my 30 seconds of. Or here's my 5 seconds.
Still
feel,
into
right?
it, but Stranger Things
Fair.
is definitely better.
Let's talk about.
Oh, like
Stranger
I said,
Things.
the
like,
3
like
shows,
how hard?
But
How
it's
hard is
worth
it to write a
the
good Star
mention.
Wars story? How hard is it to write a good Star Wars story? It cannot. It literally cannot be this hard.
Well, they're trying to. I have my quotation fingers up. Subvert expectations. The mantra of every bad
Get
writer.
that Ryan Johnson bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to Stranger Things. A fantastic. I love everything
You
about
guys,
this. The
you guys
launch
didn't like it
of
that
it.
much?
I've seen it, but apparently it's not getting amazing reviews. It's like I think like 59% score on Rotten Tomatoes, like at least audience score. I'm sure the critics love it, but
I'm not a huge fan of a limited series where the main character is underpowered.
you didn't like Boba Fett? No.
No, did not love Boba Fett.
You didn't like Hawkeye?
Hawkeye. And Hawkeye was not powered compared to the.
Well, he was
They
barely
had
in his own show.
He has a bow and an arrow.
Yeah.
Equal power.
Yeah. I think if you're going to do like a Hawkeye show, you should at least like the main character. I really didn't get that impression when I was watching Hawkeye. is more like, let's introduce this character, Echo. Let's introduce this character, Kate Bishop. Let's reintroduce Yelena Belova, even though she has no reason to be in the show. So, but yeah, let's get back to Stranger Things.
No one really loves Hawkeye. Like, Hawkeye's not. I mean, there's of course Hawkeye is someone's favorite superhero, but they're probably not listening to this podcast. So I'm gonna say like, Hawkeye is no one's favorite superhero. So take advantage of this IP to introduce IP, because you're not gonna piss anyone off by opening up 3 new spin-off TV shows from this, like you would if it was more
consume
of a
or consume IP. Next product. Like here's the next product. Consume.
Right.
Don't worry about like what the thing is actually being like. The thing that they're being introduced in doesn't need to be good. You just got to introduce them. But let's talk about Stranger Things. So yeah, we're going to talk about
10 out of 10, episodes. 11 out of 10.
Yeah, 11 out of 10.
Oh,
I'd say.
Oh man, season 4, so well written.
Yeah. Let's talk about the first episode, I guess. So it opened up with the massacre at Hawkins' lab. And so, Rob, what was your impression seeing that?
Oh man, yeah, I didn't know that Elle was that brutal when she was little.
Elle is such a bitch.
At first, I was like, no way, that's Elle. That's like a different number they're gonna introduce. But I guess it was Elle because they started doing little flashbacks. I was trying to convince myself that wasn't Elle at first.
But then you think about it, and you remember like in season broke those 2 guys' neck. Like
that's like the worst. That was like the worst thing they showed
until now.
And
yeah.
Then, you go younger.
Mike, you better be asking for 3 inches for the door to be open.
Yeah. So I guess where everyone's at, 11, Joyce, Will, and Jonathan are in California. Joyce is working from home. That was funny.
The group.
Yeah, Joyce is working from home.
Hopper, dude.
Oh, that's different. That's not. That's the same. That's a rescue story. Yeah, Hopper. Yeah.
Dude,
where is Hopper right
now? He's going through some shit.
Yeah, he's apparently not dead
with the Russians.
We find out how he became Red Guardian.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't give her up though.
No, he didn't.
That's true. Then he went to the prison, and he's bribing one of the guards.
Forrest and I have seen all the episodes.
We're trying really hard now.
You can, so like if you're listening, you can hear us. You can hear Forrest tiptoeing everywhere. Trying not to spoil the end of Stranger Things. Yeah. Just talked about the first couple episodes. So Rob, like, do you want to like give us some of your thoughts so we don't accidentally give you too many?
That would worry what's happening to Hopper.
You should be Robbie. You should be worried for everybody.
Oh,
shit gets wild. And let me tell you this, dude. 2 episodes left, and they are feature film length.
So I'll tell you how far I've gotten with Hopper.
Okay.
So I'm at the part with they got to the ransom. They met up with the pilot, but then the pilot turns on him.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently the last thing I saw Hopper is they captured him, and they captured the guard who let him go, who helped him out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. The whole plan. Was
he took the money He took their money. He turned in the guard for money, and them coming to the location of the Americans.
Yeah, dude. Someone took a class in game theory back in high school or college.
Yeah, he collected a lot of money.
Yeah.
He was funny at first, but man, what a dick.
Yeah. Has the plane landed yet?
So far nothing has happened with the
plane.
Okay.
Oh, damn. All right.
Oh, okay. So you're about to give away.
Text me later. No. I'm not gonna say anything, but just fucking text me.
Yeah, because all that's happened was they were knocked out because he gave them some kind of drink.
Has 11?
And
I guarantee you this. Mark my words.
Oh yeah, and 11 is working with those the scientist dude again.
Okay, so we can talk about when she like hit that girl in the face with roller skate.
Yeah, that happened earlier.
Her homicidal impulses are coming back.
Yo, no, she tried to like.
She'll need them.
She tried to use her powers on her in the middle of school and looked so stupid, just throwing her hand out and like, ha, and like screaming at her. Yeah. Remember, like episode 1 when she knocked down her diorama of her dad. Which, by the way, like, what is going on in the 80s? Like, her dad died saving a bunch of people, and she's getting bullied on. Like, how is this what the 80s was really like? Are people this
I love how
mean?
I love how the show touches on a lot of different things, like bullying, your friends splitting up, trying to explore different areas.
It's just life. I love
the,
it. It's just
the division of all the different types of people in high schools, and just the depression.
Oh yeah. So
how the demon basically feeds on depression and misery.
Is your best friend gay?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think this isn't really a spoiler, but I think when Will did this project, Alan Turing.
Oh yeah,
it pretty much gave it away.
That gave it away for me. I was like, oh, super like famously closeted gay man, super smart, genius, brilliant mathematician.
And that girl was like rubbing his leg with her.
Yeah, and he was like, he gave that look.
He's like,
I hope they meme that. I hope they meme that look he made. And how bad his haircut is. Oh my gosh, how bad is that bowl cut? Yeah. What was going on?
I think it's pretty evident. But I think it would have been more.
Do they actually prove that, or you're just wondering?
No, we're just.
They don't dive into it beyond like the first episodes. But
I'm glad he's not
like,
older.
It would have been more
if they
interesting.
kill off with AIDS,
Whoa!
Because that was in the 80s.
That's not gonna happen.
Back in like the AIDS epidemic, like it's 1986. I'd have to like check books, but we're getting pretty close to it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna touch upon that.
Hopefully,
but that would be super sad for like.
Well, hopefully, Will learns about safe sex before the whole epidemic happens. And he's in California too, so I think it started in San Francisco, right?
Didn't it?
So that's like ground zero for the AIDS epidemic. So, yeah, I don't think we're gonna go that direction.
Either.
But I think it would have been more interesting in like if there was like a love triangle, like if he had fallen in love with 11 while they were away from Hawkins. So there was like a love
almost
triangle
got a love triangle in season 2 with Max, Lucas, and Dustin.
Well, Dustin didn't like Max, I don't think.
No, but it was like it was shaping up to it though. There was
okay.
Like Lucas thought Dustin liked Max.
Yeah. Well, the reason I said it, like, there's already like a prominent gay character on the show, the Robin chick, and like her whole
fantastic.
I like her.
She's so great.
She's got some great acting. When they go to try to talk to the guy who was like first hit with that demon, how they work their way in.
And there's more Nancy and less Jonathan. Perfect. I love it.
Well, she's Uma Thurman's daughter. I think Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke's daughter. So probably could afford to go to acting schools. But yeah, she's got that.
What is that? Breakfast. Ethan Hawke, amazing actor. Way to phone it in on Moon Knight.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Oh, I guess we can talk about the guy who's in Victor Creel.
Yeah.
He was played by anyone know?
The guy from Ozark.
No. Well, yes.
In the flashback? Are you talking about the? Oh, I have no idea.
Anyone know? Major tip?
No.
Maybe it's the busted up eyes and beard.
That's true. It would make it harder to recognize him, but he's played by Robert Englund, who's famous for being
Freddy Krueger. Now, here's in one of the first episodes we see at the movie theater at the Blockbuster, the movie store, the local movie store. It's not Blockbuster, but it's a Blockbuster. We see a cardboard cutout of Freddy Krueger. Mm-hmm. So my question is, who plays Freddy Krueger in this universe?
That's wow, what a connection.
Robert Englund from an alternate universe. So
don't bring the multiverse into. Yeah. I'm tired of the multiverse. I'm gonna watch.
The whole show's about parallel universes.
That's okay. Universe. I can deal with 2 universes. Versailles.
You have the evil version of the same place.
Yeah, but I'm saving up. I have just a little bit of space left in my heart for multiverse content at the moment, thanks to the oversaturation in the market, and I'm saving it up. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Because I've heard that's like a phenomenal movie, so I really want to see that. So I'm trying to steer clear of multiverse stuff, but I mean, I'll go to the Upside Down any day of the week to save, Eddie or Nancy, really just Steven. Can we talk about his chest hair for a second?
Well, no, because Robbie's on that episode, Mage. I told you not to spoil anything. That's the biggest spoiler. That Steve has chest hair.
Bro, you had me tripping for a second. I freaked. I had a little panic attack. I was like, "Wait, what? Did I just spoil something?"
Yeah, you just spoiled. Yeah.
I was like, "Shit! Did I say that Eddie died?" I was like super freaking out for a second.
Well, don't worry. I don't think Robbie.
So, Rob's not even paying attention anymore.
Yeah.
I heard you.
Oh, fake spoilers. People are at home like, wait, no, I haven't listened. I haven't seen the new episodes. So we haven't seen either.
Vecna's basically Freddy Krueger in the show.
Spoiler.
A little different. He feeds on grief rather than fear, I guess. Maybe. Because
perhaps
Max was sad.
Notice he was just going through. He reads everybody's thoughts when he's all connected.
Misery. It's people who
house.
Yeah.
And he just finds someone with bad thoughts of things that happened to him, and he just amplifies it.
Can we talk about the way people die? How cool is that? Very Exorcist-like.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Right, with the body horror and the breaking of the bones and the cracking.
Do you think is that worse than the last season when people just melted and became part of the mind flayer's body?
Oh yeah, much worse.
I think it's
just being.
Well, and by worse we mean better.
Before you die.
At least when Vecna kills you, you're in a trance, but they literally had their minds taken over and they couldn't stop themselves, and then they just decompose and become.
Man, how about how Max busted out with the music?
Oh yeah,
they made that little connection.
What's the name of the song again?
Because he was hearing connection.
Oh yeah, so always have your favorite song nearby in case you get taken over by Vecna. So, and I didn't realize this Vecna is an actual character from Dungeons and Dragons. I thought it was a made-up name.
I love how they bring Dungeons and Dragons.
It's actually named after Vance, or something like that, the creator of that series, the super popular series, or a super popular series in Dungeons and Dragons. So it was created and it was named in his honor. Kind of anagram.
But yeah, Mind Flayer, Demogorgon, that's all from Dungeons and Dragons. So
but why? Why? That's the only question I have.
Because
why are these monsters?
They like D&D and they make
but
D&D and they just need something to call these things.
So are we just using D&D as some kind of lexicon to be able to identify these crazy horrifying monsters?
Exactly.
Yeah, or as an analogy,
right. But 3 times, bro, or is it a possibility that their D&D games are somehow manifesting in the upside
down? What if all those articles were true about D&D?
Yeah, it's raising Satan and stuff. So I'm wondering if they're actually going to call Vecna to his face.
Was D&D actually being hit like that?
And he's what? Who's that?
Yeah, it was hit really hard. It was pretty. Satan, satanic terror.
Yeah, satanic.
I thought I had him.
It breeds murderers and killers.
Yeah,
dude.
Well,
satanic thoughts.
Let's talk about the new characters this season. So besides Vecna, there's Argyle, and is he Native American because of the long hair? I don't want to be
or Hawaiian.
I'm hoping that Argyle gets infected. Please God.
You don't like Argyle?
They need to hurry up and
a
infect
fellow
him.
long-haired stoner tip. You don't like Argyle?
No, it's competition for me.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. Was anyone taken aback when he said Eskimos?
We secretly hate one another.
Because it was
so you guys aren't truck drivers.
Eskimos in 2022. It's a no. Yeah.
Well, it's only thank goodness it's only 1986, so I think he's fine.
Yeah. It was still okay to say Eskimo instead of Inuit. So.
Yeah, but you're in 2022. You can't say it. Oh, canceled.
I said the E word. I know.
Wait, I thought Eskimo was okay.
No, you can't say it. It's because I think there was the Edmonton or the Winnipeg Eskimo. There's some Canadian team called the Eskimos, and they had to change it to the Guardians or whatever.
Well, I think
what do we call them now? The cold people?
Not being able to say a word.
Inuit. I think. Well, First Peoples, I think, is you can't even say Native American anymore. You gotta say First Peoples. So
plural, First Peoples.
But yeah, I think he's Native American, maybe, perhaps. First of all, also, quick segue. Has anyone seen the trailer for Prey? It's the Predator prequel.
No.
Mm-mm.
It's basically the Predator landed in America in the 1700s, and he starts to hunt down this Comanche girl.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so it's an interesting twist, but it's gonna be released on Hulu. So I'm oh, okay.
Never mind. That sounds terrible. That
Yeah.
sounds truly
Oh.
awful.
Hey,
The trailer
speaking
actually
of
looks good,
prequels,
but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's
Oh, does it look good? Well, maybe. Who knows? I mean, how great was Alien versus Predator, right, everyone?
no.
Yeah, that movie
They got Lance Henriksen to be in it.
was not great.
All right.
hey guys, speaking of prequels, did you hear they're making a prequel to Stranger Things? It's called
Oh, Normal
Strange
Things.
Things.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
that's
they're making
that's
a
Strange Things? That's funny.
Things. Then the 90s.
then they're making a sequel. Yeah, Strangest.
Very stranger.
Well, it's just like do a
The
series.
strangest things.
It's just like do a
Yeah,
series
the
of
strangest
for
thing.
Hopper.
Yeah, strangest things. The spin-off strangest things.
They should do like a prequel with Hopper and Joyce in high school in the 60s and call it Dull Things.
I don't know. You could have like one terrible season of like when you go back in time, like you could make it kind of like an It situation. Or the upside down
Both
like
of them.
God every like 27 years or whatever. But like that's like the final season of Scrubs. That is you going out on your dying breath trying to grab as much money on the way out the door as possible.
Well,
I could see somebody doing like a YouTube parody called Normal Things.
the price
Oh my God, what was
I'm
that?
sure there's
Oh, that
I'm sure they're
was
on Normal Things 7
Did
by
anyone-
now.
Amazing. How did Netflix's stock do this week after Stranger Things premiered?
Well, at first it was doing well. It looked like it was gonna kind of almost get back to the 200 mark, from down from like 175. To put in perspective, this stock was trading, $700 plus. But then the market's all kind of took a little turn at the end of the week here, so it kind of traded.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Stranger Things helped a little bit, but in the long run, it was like everyone watched it and they canceled.
Oh my God, I just YouTubed it. Yeah, they have Normal Things, the Lego Stranger Things parody. Normal Things, a live
Wait,
action.
isn't it
one.
an official
Yeah,
Lego
there's-
parody?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
I
like
don't know.
Batman or
I haven't watched
Okay,
it
because
yet.
like low key, I love Lego IP content. Like Lego does a great job.
They do, yeah. I've watched some of.
Will
Have you seen the
Arnett
Star
as
Wars
Lego
one?
Batman is just
Oh yeah, and they have a
phenomenal.
Batman one, yeah.
All right, so Rob, we got to talk about Jason, the basketball player. He's a new character. He's sort of like the new Billy this season.
Oh yeah. Oh man, he seems when you see him pulling out like the monkey wrench and the crowbar, they're serious about this.
80s bullies, man. They are hard.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
This is before you can sue everyone for anything. All the
yeah.
time.
It's like
But like, what if he does kill him, dude? Like, what if he
they're
get
probably
hit
they're
with
probably just
something?
gonna like beat him up.
Beat the shit out of him.
I mean,
They're
he's
probably
got
well versed in beating people up and not killing them. They know just where to hit and how not to kill.
and
plus
they're
somehow
very
all that
good
hair
at these,
has to be
they're
some kind of
professional
protection.
bullies. Professional bullies.
yeah, pro bullies.
So, well, I guess we're talking about Lucas going to the dark side, and sort of helping them, and then like he
He's
does.
talking about jocks.
Yeah,
Jocks.
he's trying to fit in.
At the
Oh,
cost
man.
of souls.
They-
Aren't you
going
glad we
crazy.
just all kind of gravitated to the same sports? And by that, I mean Forrest did it, then Rob did it, so I did it. And I think Tip was either the OG.
Wait, cross country is a sport? Yeah,
Is cross country a sport, or is it just an activity to train you for other sports?
I think probably.
Cross country is a sport.
Yeah, it is. It's a sport. It's just not.
They have Olympic
related.
marathons.
I mean, with Tip on the
And
phone,
yes, it can,
who
Forrest. Yes, it can.
might
Oh,
or might
okay,
not
yeah.
know
I guess I
a
was doing
state
it
wrong.
championship.
5Ks.
in
Well,
cross
you
country.
gotta be varsity though, Tip. That's the thing. That's the key. So never quite made it there.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So I'm trying. I don't want to spoil anything for Rob, but how about we talk about the Andor trailer real quick while we just like in this thing. Everyone's seen the Andor trailer, the new Star Wars show.
Well, I want to get Rob's opinion on Vecna's backstory, because he did watch that episode before we hopped on.
Vecna.
Didn't you learn the backstory?
That was
with Richard Cre-
Vecna was
That's the monster.
guy who's locked up. The name of the monster.
Yeah, that's the name.
Oh,
Creel's the guy
okay.
who's locked.
You're thinking of Victor.
Yeah,
Talking about that.
it seems pretty crazy. Right?
I mean,
How
stabbed
he's
himself
just-
in the eyes. Me.
Well, I thought like Vecna made his eyes pop.
Wait,
like,
we talking about the demon or are we talking about him?
the demon?
I was talking about the
demon stab
demon. I was
himself
just
in the
making
eye?
a comment about the old guy.
Oh,
let's just talk about the demon.
okay, yeah, you're confusing me. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's like when they explained how each time the thing that's trapped in that town just gets smarter and smarter, and now he's learning to be just more. He's grown up from just a crazy thing, just wanting to eat people, to just getting into people's memories. And
It's
it's not the same as the Mind Flayer. It's a separate entity. We don't know where the Mind Flayer is right now.
is it?
or I was gonna say,
Oh,
or
so
is it?
so it's not
the Mind
just
Flayer.
like
It's not the Mind Flayer. No, it's a separate thing.
how they did like a little flashback thing, or well, not really a flashback, a little explanation. They did say like it's getting like smarter.
Yeah. I mean, so what do you think about the hive mind? With the hive mind, I kind of like, I would just, for content's sake, juxtapose that, like, maybe they are the same. Maybe everything's connected.
Or I guess
I thought the Mind
they
Flayer
were
was killed.
saying
We won't spoil it, but I think it's not a spoiler to say that the Mind Flayer and Vecna are two separate entities, although they're both in the Upside
But they
Down.
did call them the 5-star. They did this stuff.
Well, he hasn't seen that yet. He hasn't seen that yet.
That was like in the first or
5-star
second.
general.
That was like in the first or second episode.
No. It's towards the end. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know a 5-star general.
Oh, well, I'm a major. You know me, and that should be good enough.
All right, let's talk about the Andor trailer. Everyone see that at least?
No.
Yeah,
I watched.
I saw it.
What'd you
watched
think?
I didn't
Obi-Wan.
get it at all. I didn't see a lightsaber, so
There's not gonna be lightsabers. It's basically like Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, but in the Star Wars universe. It's
I
like an
have
espionage show.
zero. Maybe the trailer's
See,
good.
I
Maybe
yeah.
the trailer will give me interest. I'll say this: I had zero interest in Shang-Chi, and that's one of my favorite Marvel movies that have come out in recent memory. So, like,
Oh, speak for
just because
yourself.
I'm not interested, but like, if they're doing so bad with
If-
Obi-Wan, I don't know how. Maybe because it's new,
Well,
I don't think it's
could
that
be
bad.
better, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Look how
It-
good the Mandalorian was.
Not
Look
a-
how bad Boba Fett was.
The trailer didn't blow me away. It didn't really interest me in the show. I mean, apparently it's going to be Mon Mothma, that character. She's going to be in the show. So it's sort of like it's not just Andor show. It's like Mon Mothma navigating the politics. So we're going to
If you
find
wanna-
out like how the resistance or the rebellion started, and like the politics of the Empire, and it's going to be like a spy show. So,
If you want a trailer that
wait, the Mothman's in it.
Rogue One.
no, Mon Mothma. Remember the lady in the gown in Return of the Jedi?
Oh yeah.
The
Ew.
other,
I just wanna say-
the only other female character in the original trilogy,
I just want to say my pick was way better than Tip's.
besides Jabba's slave girl.
Oh God, don't remind me.
Yeah, so apparently she's going to be in the show. She's going to be a major character, and Andor from Rogue One is going to be the main character. So, I don't know. The trailer was like meh to me, but it could be good. Apparently, the guy who wrote the Bourne Identity movies is the showrunner. So,
Those
those
were
are good.
good,
Those
right?
were good spy movies. So, this has potential to be different. So, at the very least. So,
I mean, you don't need lightsabers in Star Wars. I mean, what is Star Wars without lightsabers and Jedi?
don't expect any of that. But Mandalorian didn't have a lightsaber until what, season 2 with Ashoka.
But I mean, that's you don't know. But yeah, and look, he's got a lightsaber now. He's not. Even a
Although
Jedi.
Baby Yoda was in it the entire time, and he used the Force and stuff. So,
Can we talk about how formulaic Disney is? So, like, everyone knows Marvel has a formula, and it works, and it's very successful. And for the most part, I really love it. Keep those quips coming. I don't care what the haters say online. Tweet at me otherwise. I don't care. Zealots podcast on Twitter. Let me know what you think.
Well, how they throw a little joke in there sometimes.
Yeah, every time. I don't care. Cut away all the emotional baggage. I don't care. Some of the quips are actually really quite funny.
I do like some of them. They're pretty fun.
But
I mean, not since Robert Downey Jr. died have the clips been that great.
that's true.
Oh,
he was
man,
he
Tony
was the
Stark's
best.
were the best.
was the
Robert
goat of
Downey Jr. was
quips.
just so great at ad libbing, So it's like, but like he was so good at it. Feige was like, well, every character has to quip now, even though like a lot of those actors just don't have the talent for it. It's a very niche sort of thing. But Robert
Apparently-
Downey Jr. like his quips were amazing.
Yeah.
But like every other character,
I think
has
some of them
quips.
were
It's awful.
improvised.
Yeah, most of them are like that. Most of Thor was like improvised. But anyway, we're
Maybe
getting off
Paul
topic.
Rudd. He's pretty funny too. But I guess Chris Hemsworth, like,
Yeah, I was gonna say
during Ragnarok.
Thor. Yeah,
yeah, he's
Very
pretty
quippy.
funny too. But like, the rest, I don't know.
so
So-
there's a new formula in town for Disney. right? And it's our fault. We fell in love with Grogu, Baby Yoda, so hard that now Disney
We didn't want
thinks
to.
the Star Wars blue is now old
Baby Yoda.
character matched with baby character. It's happening in everything. They did it with Bad Batch, right? They were paired up with a young child, right? And they did it, and obviously the Mandalorian, right? Boba Fett just picks up all the strays, right?
I see what you're saying.
And then everyone, he's got Leia the whole time, which I do want to say, this isn't any spoiling for you, Forrest.
I didn't even think of that.
Perfectly cast. Leia is a delight, a joy to watch as part of this TV show. I don't know who Leia was as a child, obviously, because she didn't really exist because she's not a real person. But if I had to imagine what Leia would have been like as a child, knowing her through the movies, this child is Leia to a T.
Great acting on that kid.
That's interesting because Obi-Wan and Leia
casting.
never met in the actual original trilogy, so it's interesting that they have a relationship in this show. So,
And they kept Leia quiet in the trailers.
No, they're creating. You didn't see it in the original trilogy, but it's literally opens with her asking Obi-Wan for help. So they had to establish
something.
something.
Everyone knew him by reputation, so but it makes more sense now that her son.
Otherwise,
does she
it's
call
canon.
him Finn? I don't know. I'm gonna watch.
That's
it.
how she knew.
All right. Well, that's our show. Major, you want to plug our social media?
Yes, you can tell me how much you love or hate this new season of Star Wars. Love
Star
and hate it. I am.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I am Star
We're
Wars.
gonna talk about Obi-Wan. You mean The Boys and Stranger Things?
And Obi-Wan. I'm getting
Oh.
there. I gotta do a different plug for that because no one's gonna tweet about hating The Boys or Stranger Things. This is perfect television,
Man,
ladies
they
and
are
gentlemen.
so amazing.
We are in the golden age. 2021 was about stocks, 2022 is about television. Ladies and gentlemen, this is here for streaming in a while. I'm so excited. And I want to know how excited you are and what you're excited and what you're watching. You can tweet at us at Zealot Podcast on Twitter. Throw us some hashtags your way. Let me know what you're watching.
Okay. Well, yeah, just final thoughts.
And if you don't,
and this isn't a spoiler, but Obi-Wan
better tweet at us.
Mentions he might have a brother, and someone online called him Obi-2. And I fucking love that. So I just want to give that shout out. That guy was genius. I love it. And if you're talking to your friends, make sure let's try to get this canon.
Yeah.
Calling his brother Obi-2.
Well, the shows we all watched and talked about, The Boys and Stranger Things, were both fantastic. Even though I didn't love Stranger Things season 3, but this season's been very, very good. Oh, I didn't hate season 3. I just thought it was redundant, and I'm not crazy season 2, but I really like this season. So, so I'm a little hesitant to watch Obi-Wan now because I've just watched 2 really, really good shows. Now I got to watch one that's not going to be as great as those. But I don't know.
You might really like it. Some people liked episode 8 for some reason. So I mean, and again, it's not like Ewan McGregor is really well cast. I'm really well cast. I mean, he's fucking everyone. He performs really well. He's a very good actor. Right? He does a good job in this. I just don't like leaguered hero in a 6-episode limited series.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it next episode. Well, I think we'll have 4 episodes to talk about, I guess, because 3 are already out, right?
Yeah, 3 are.
All right. Well, that's our show. I'm Forrest.
I'm Major.
I'm Robbie.
And I'm Tip.
One extra thing. 1, thank you for listening. 2, make sure to review. Give us a 5 stars if you're enjoying what you're listening to. And just an extra thing I thought about. Tweet at us. I want to get your opinion on this. Do you think, as of episode 3 of Obi-Wan, do you think you could beat Obi-Wan in a lightsaber duel right now? I think I could. Tweet at us. Let me know what you think.
I have to watch it, so and then hopefully I will tweet to you, and then we'll be able to settle this once and for all. All right, bye everyone. See you.